how to start. It's already there.
Yeah, you're already live.
But how to we start from the beginning? One can do that? No, it's okay. So, being is the foundation. Like in your daily life, when you are in sound sleep, you are in the space of all oneness being. You get up, you wake up. What is that wake up? What is that wake up?
When you wake up in the morning,
Yeah.
it's just your body's cycles deciding that you're going to no
Yeah.
longer be asleep.
So the thoughts are there in the dream also, but it wake up, the thoughts start circulating. Then thoughts come before, and then you start doing things, doing breakfast, doing this, doing that. So being is the mother of thinking, and doing is the offshoot of thinking. So it's like it's all one tree. The roots are the being, because roots is not visible, but they are spread everywhere. The roots are connected with the leaves and branches. So if you are extrovert and thinking is very healthy, but thinking frequency, too many thoughts at the same time cause irritation and anger and aversions and bah, 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 bah. What is that? Our own creation. Each minute, each minute is the blessings, the opportunity. Either we are in the being field, minimum effort, minimum thinking, and minimum doing, and maximum effect, maximum result. So we see very clearly it's not outside. Each we are creating our life. Each minute we are creating our celebration. Celebration or misery. Our thoughts, when they are in harmony and silent, then and clear, then it is musical. The same, or if like, it's the same in our daily life. The food is there, but some people who are pressured, big storm inside, they are eating the dessert first and, main course after, because the anxiety-full mind is restlessness. Restlessness is not wrong once in a while when situation demand, enter your daily life is the root cause of dis-ease, dis-ease. And that's what the real prosperity is. Prosperity is calm and cool, not 1 hour, not 2 hour, but all the time. They're not affected by the storms, the thoughts, doings. They can dance their own dance because being is one side of the coin, thinking, doing is the other side of the coin. The more and more we are settled, centered, you can put other word, centered in the being, then minimum effort and maximum productivity. That's called the creative intelligence. Otherwise, running around and around like the rat and the monkey mind, the result very little. And that's what the society, the world is caught up in doing, thinking, but maximum doing, maximum thinking, result very tiny result. That's how you can reverse your own life. Don't work for money. Put the money to work for you. Uh, Put the things become effortless. Effortless means can you learn from your own cat and dog? They are relaxed. No matter you can scream at them, but they are relaxed. They don't notice. If they notice, they will scream at you too. But they absorb. They probably laughing. Then look, what a kind of. But they are not in the dual mind, good, bad, right, wrong. One master they choose, they serve the master. Otherwise, the dog will divorce you
I know.
because, hey, it's nasty. But do they say nasty? So just observe the, the word OM. Observe the mind. Observe the mind. That's very simple. It's too simple that being caught in the mind is one thing, and observing the mind is totally different. Why? Because it uh, it becomes the mind, the substratum, the consciousness is always there with you as doing and thinking converted into thinking and doing is not different than the consciousness. Consciousness means is the money of the light. Like money, the dollar you can translate into table, chair, TV, anything. That is the essence. What is the essence of life? Not the doing thinking. Those are the outer layers. What is the subtle, the real root of thinking doing? is the pure consciousness, pure heart, not the up head, but today people are so confused. Why confused? Because they live in the skull and forget the heart consciousness. The heart consciousness is not in the knowing and unknowing. It's all together at the same time, like a baby of 5 year old don't have too much knowledge of words and books, and yet it knows. That's a different kind of knowingness without reading and without the tape, without the calculating. It already knows. Like suppose tsunami comes, the birds, the animals already know because they are interconnected with the oneness, with the wholeness, and that's natural. But it's not available if you are stuck in the uh, head. Head give you headache,
That's true.
and you think you are something, somebody, but that's what the modern society is caught up in the head. Of course, it's helpful in driving, in earning bread. It is helpful because you can check out. But what good is if there is a table chair, one of the leg is double up and the other two legs are then
Mm-hmm.
imbalanced. The same way, bread and butter is even 2% of life, but we waste our life for the bread and butter. We don't live the living. We are preparing and thinking about living to live someday. There is no someday, there is no future, no past. It's enjoy it or miss it. And each second, each moment is the opportunity, the invitation, the gift that you, the Supreme Court is the made by the society. The Royal Supreme Court is the up, what they call the heavens, but the same heavens are here in your pure heart, pure consciousness. In the 5 year old, don't need to go 5 year degree and to learn that because it's already inbuilt. That's why you are called human being. So those are foolish and stupid who don't know what is human beingness. They are so busy in doing, earning, and thinking, and that's all. And soon, by the 20 year, 48 year, by the they buy a house, get a house, try to secure security, they are already half the way gone. But who programmed it? Bundle of thoughts, programming, wrong living, invented the name of God and fear and all that. That's just the words. That's just befooling oneself. So, beloved, you already are. And self examined life is not worth living. It's not worth living. Because it's painful. Pain is many kinds: restlessness, or physical pain, or emotional pain, or hurtful pain. These are many, 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 many layers of pain, but you invited it. You asked for it. And then it enters in your blood and it becomes part of you. Thoughts cause that. Suppose you are envy, jealous, angry towards someone, you're doing court case, 5 year, 10 year, all that blood, toxic blood is accumulated. And then it translates into disease, disease. That's another kind of immunity, another kind of virus which you invited,
So yeah, like
psycho-emotional.
a resentment is
Yeah.
something like resentment is something that you have, but it doesn't actually hurt the other person. It only
It
Right.
does, it does hurt because your presence, your beingness is not flowerful, which you had to be unless you have an angry face. You are interconnected wholeness already, but you are like a beautiful person. Don't need to say I'm beautiful. They can walk to the supermarket. They're bringing their innocence and presence. There are enlightened masters who are not so famous and popular in Wall Street Journal or somewhere, all kind of words, but their own existence is enough. Is enough. A gold does not need to prove that I'm better than silver, and I'm the gold, and you are the silver. So the one who is missing the opportunity, the blessing, are souring each second, but nobody will certify you that look, you are missing the blessings. Life goes on, whether you live it, whether you sell one day for $2 or loss of $200 or without the value, infinite consciousness. So, because in the blissful bliss, there is no more seeking. The very seeking is the seeker. And then you are observing without the observation. Just like the cats and dogs are sitting there, are they thinking you are coming? There's no thinking there. They are in the presence. They are not in the time worries. So human mind, not even 2%. People call in the world there 3%, the rich people who control. Those 3% are not even as happy as monkey.
yeah, yeah.
They are rich and poor is the duality. That just only they can be even more miserable than their servants. So that's what all about enlightenment is. Enlightenment is not a process or a word, it's about examination. Examination means what is this life for? Who am I? Why am I suffering? Questioning oneself. No, no other one. Question oneself. Why? Because you're running after objects, collecting coins, objects, and more miserable than before. You are into the yo-yo cycle. Never arrive home. That's how the thinking pattern is in our daily life. Observe that unless you have the sound sleep, that good, bad, anger, anything, unless it settles down, that settling down into the no mind state, 20 minutes or half an hour, that charge and give you the battery charge for the next day. So, enlightened is not a fantasy, it's the immortality. Now, immortality, the being, there is no two, the ultimate luxury of all times. Because fear is no longer, time is no longer, timelessness already there is. You're not caught up in the illusion of good, bad, right, wrong. Time. Time is a illusion, and that does give you pain, 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 seeking pleasure, getting more pain, pleasure, pain, name and fame, all the same. That's the name of the game. And you created this game because you asked for it, this game. And is nothing right or wrong because the wholeness laugh at you, because in the wholeness is all a drama. There is a big elephant, there's a tiny ant, there's a parrot and carrot, and all the drama is there. But that drama of the duality, and duality is like the ocean and the waves. Waves are dancing and moving, but deep down is the stillness and calmness. So once you see the wholeness, be the oneness in oneness, all questions are answered. Then you are not running after satisfaction, food satisfaction, sex satisfaction, temporary satisfaction, temporary gratification. And why temporary? Because it creates bigger dissatisfaction simultaneously at the same time. You are eating the best food, how long? 10 to 20 minutes. Keep on. Then you are vomiting and sick.
Yeah.
So, the same way, the yo yo life is pleasure, pain. And some people don't learn. Even they don't want to learn. They get like a addicted. Alcohol give them hurt, give them anger, but they still people, the smarter one can learn from because all consciousness one. You don't need to burn your hand in the fire to learn fire is
Yeah.
hot.
Not everybody has to get burned to know.
Yes.
They could also learn that from somebody said, "Oh,
Yeah.
I burned myself when I took this pot." It's
Because
on the fire."
consciousness is not separate. Your name and form is separate, but all consciousness is one. So enlightenment is as natural as the breathing. Drink when you are thirsty and eat when you are hungry. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om. Pure heart is the pure Supreme Court. When it gets combined by the devil mind, it runs after winning and losing. But the birds, the cats, dogs, they don't go in the high court because they don't have attorneys to go with them. They are in linear reality, one consciousness. The mind is the monkey, which you either you use the mind as a servant or bad as a master. Open the eyes of the heart and live a different way of living. Totally different way of living. Absolutely cannot be described with the words. It's a different taste, different flavor of life. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Om. And
Mhm.